I think I did not need to borrow the van for this. But I did get some really good stuff. There are some good books in here. I'll show you in just a second. And here we go. Initially, I was expecting to bring home about 5,000 comics. I actually rented a van and everything, but there was an interesting situation, legal family situation. So from the actual time we started talking, the collection shrunk a couple times down. They actually took some of the most valuable books. And there are some nice books in here, but the books we were originally looking at were insane. Detective Comics 73, Showcase 22. Unfortunately, all that got taken by the kids. So maybe there's a way legally he's able to get that back one day. So I made a friend out of it, and we'll talk in 2 years, see if I can't get a shot at getting the really big books. But I did some picking. I got some good stuff in there. I didn't take his entire collection. A lot of it was some fluff and some 60s fluff, which is actually fluff I like to get. But I tried to pretty much stick to stuff that I knew is going to be like either good for my PC or stuff that's actually going to move. We're not disclosing today what I paid for this, but I think I did pretty good. I'm going to show you the books I got. We're going to start it with a 9.4 of Submariner 59. Now, this gentleman was someone who slabbed anything and everything. He had a couple books that had a fair market value of like $8 slabbed. He had a couple books that went up to like $500 slabbed. He just loved comics and he loved sending it off. And he had CGCs, CBCS, and PGX that he had all sent. And he had been buying and sending these for the last like 20 years pretty much. 1973 9.4, that's not bad. Classic Submariner versus Thor cover. Let's see what else we got. An ASM 119, another classic Spidey versus Hulk cover right here. I'm really digging these classic versus covers. You're going to see that a few times in here. 8.5, I was actually pretty impressed with that grade. Again, 1973. Is this one of my favorites? This one might be my favorite. This is my second favorite of the slabs. This is Captain America 103. It is a 9.4. Wow. All right, so that's pretty impressive. That's 1968 9.4 right there. Woo! And I gotta tell you something. These comics were never cleaned and pressed. How do I know that? Because I actually cracked a couple, and I've started some dry cleaning, and the amount of dirt I've been taking off these comics is kind of ridiculous. I've already done some night and day transitions on a couple. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Very happy with that. Next up, we had an X-Men 96, first appearance of Moira McTaggart. You'll have to pardon me, I am almost useless with my X-Men knowledge. I have a hard time remembering X-Men keys. I don't know why, it's just really not my speed. Which is funny because X-Men is oftentimes my best seller when I do get it. It's just funny because I need to brush up on my X-Men knowledge every time I pick up an X-Men collection. It's so strange that I can't just remember it. Alright, next up we got, this is cool, Superboy 79. This is such a James book. I'll keep this for the PC. I was pretty impressed with a 1960 8.0. And again, that's a never cleaned, never pressed 8.0 right there. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool indeed. Off-white to white pages. Not bad. Alright. An Annie Oakley #1. What's the year on that? 1948 Annie Oakley #1. You don't see that too often right there. This is the stuff that I enjoyed the most out of everything, was all the 40s and the 50s stuff. And we have a pending sale on one book from 1939 in an 8.0. So that is really impressive right there. There is actually still some wiggle room. I am going to crack this one and do a little work on it. See if I can't get that up to in the 4s, maybe even the 5s. There's a lot of room for growth on that first appearance. Not a first appearance, but first Annie Oakley comic book. Here's 4-color 108 from 1946. Another Carl Barks Donald Duck right here. There's actually a little bit of room on this one for some growth too, so I'll probably be doing some work on that. 1946, what's it, a 5? Was it a 5? Yeah, 5. This is a CBCS graded. That's freaking awesome, man. Yeah, and considering that there's even room to grow on that, I'm very happy with that pickup. All right, and then this is actually my only ever owned Mile High pedigree. Mile High copy of Submariner 16, 1969, 9.2 off-white to white pages, and that is a never cleaned, never pressed 9.2. The Mile High collection was a remarkable collection, as many of you know, and this is just another one of those pieces. So that's probably a personal collection book. We will see. We'll see. I don't know. And then my favorite slab. A book I've been on the hunt for years. I especially got the desire to start finding this book when I did my 4-color video. It's the classic, iconic Uncle Scrooge, Scrooge McDuck story right there. And that has room to grow. This has never been cleaned, never been pressed. And I can see things, not only on the front, but certainly the back, that can, just like a dry cleaning, can do wonders. So I am not selling that one, at least for right now. I'm going to fix it up, see if I can't do any better on it. And let's get into our raws. And I apologize, I don't think these are in any particular order. All right, first one is Adventure Comics 430. It's like the second or third appearance of the Black Orchid. From a key standpoint, it's not that crazy. But from a condition standpoint, as is, this book is sitting at a 9.6. This was easily the sharpest book I think I picked up from this entire box. That is worthy of a submission, and I will be sending it off. There's an actual shot after clean and press that gets a 9.8. Absurdly high grade. Next up is Superboy number 76. It's the first appearance of that super monkey. I can't remember his name. Nice little key there. 10-cent Superboy. Hey, that works. Next up, oh jeez. First appearance of the Teen Titans. It's Brave and the Bold 54. Unfortunately, it is coverless, but hey, man, first Teen Titans. It's extra affordable now that it has no cover. We have a X-Men 98. I have to look this one up because my X-Men knowledge is terrible, but I know that there's a Clark Kent cameo. I know that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby have a cameo in there. And there's a couple other things in there that make that one a valuable one. Nice condition too, probably an 8 or better. Then we've got World's Finest 10 center. Oh, wait, is that 12? Pardon me, I lied. It's a 12 center. 141. This is the actual first appearance of the yellow emblem bat logo. Everyone thinks it's a Detective Comics. This came out 2 to 3 weeks earlier. That's the true first yellow emblem. Next up, we have a Green Lantern, Green Arrow 76. That's the iconic start of the Bronze Age for DC right there. And that's a gigantic book. This one, as is, it's got its spine ticks. There's one spine tick in particular that I don't love. But I did some CPR on that, man. The dirt I got off of that cover was insane. I really made those whites and everything pop. So that is looking a lot better than when I first picked it up. Especially the back too. I did a lot of good work on that. Now it just needs a bit of a press. The spine ticks I can't do anything about, but maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I have a new Batman 227. That's that iconic cover right there. Let me take that out. And what makes this interesting, because the condition's only, I would say, like a 6.0. It's not in the 7, 8s, or 9s, but it's, it's a solid. It is signed by Denny O'Neil. on the first page there, which is pretty awesome. There's no certificate of authenticity, so I will want to get it authenticated. From everything I was able to find online, I looked up the signatures. It looks accurate, but I am not a professional signature verifier, so I will probably be sending that to CBCS. Just a quick reminder, CBCS is the one that you send it to when you actually want to get your signatures verified. If they've already been signed. I'm going to save those two big books. This one right here, ASM 50. Again, that one's like probably a 5.5. I'm really digging the condition on that. Toying with the idea of getting that sent to CGC. First appearance of Kingpin, baby. I actually spent some time doing a little bit of dirt removal as well. I did a full dry cleaning on it, but I actually read the whole book, which I don't think I've ever read that. So that was cool. That was cool. I love big books like that. And believe me, that is a big book. Next up, we got Detective Comics 97. Whoo! Coverless, though. Oh, well. So that was another thing. I told you that there was some interesting family situation and a little bit of legal whatever mumbo jumbo. A good amount of his really nice early, like he had a Detective 33. That's not in his possession anymore. So I hope he gets those books back one day. If he does, I'm very, very interested. Next up, we've got, Batman Superman Annual number 4. It's the first full appearance of Terry McGinnis in mainstream comics right there. Batman Beyond, that is. That was a nice pickup, not as crazy of a book as these other ones, but hey, that actually was a book that he tossed in for free, so I thought that was really cool of him. He was a really, really good guy. Next up, we got a Green Lantern 14. That is the first or second, I can't remember. I know he's on the covers, but I can't remember if that's the first appearance. It might actually be the first appearance of Sonar. Conditions not so great on it. Whatever. That's still something that moves nicely at a claim sale. I think I have an 8.0 of that, so I've got a better one. We got a Submariner number 8. This one's got some flaws. It's probably only like a 3, maybe a 3.5. But that's a classic Namor versus the Thing cover, and that's got a nice little value to it. Then we've got Shadow number 1. Fun fact, I actually, as part of the deal, I cut him a check. Part of the deal is I got a 9.4 Shadow number 1. I left it there. So I have to toy with, am I making an hour and 30-minute trip back? Because I left a couple books there, so... And they were part of the deal, and he's an honest guy, so he said he's going to keep them for me. I just have to make a return trip to actually get them. But I bought it, so I got to pick it up. Next up is a gigantic book. And this was I think he said it was a PGX graded 4.5 that he took out of the slab. He undid a lot of his slabs, interestingly. Because he wanted to take all his CBCSs and PGXs and send them to CGC. Well, instead, I bought it. First appearance of Blade, I did a lot of nice dry cleaning on that. I took a lot of dirt off of that one, actually. So that book looks a lot better now that I've gotten to it. I haven't done any pressing yet, but I did all my cleaning so far. I wanted to make sure I did the cleaning before the video. Here we've got an ASM number 11. Second appearance of Dr. Octopus. A couple other things going on in there too, but I just mainly know it as the second appearance of Doc Ock. Unfortunately, that one's not going to be sold. I am not even keeping it myself. I'm giving it to my buddy. So I shouldn't say unfortunately. I'm happy to do it. But it is sometimes hard to let those go. So I'll be gifting that one over to him. Because otherwise, he's never going to find that book on its own, on his own. It's number 11. That can get very valuable. So we'll see. Next up, we got an X-Men 96. I think I had a slab of that. That first Moira, whatever the heck. Very nice, I think. I don't know. I'm terrible at X-Men. Yeah, sure. First appearance of Morbius, which I can't believe the values for. This book has tanked terribly. This has to be one of the most sharpest drops on a major key that I have seen. Maybe it's because people didn't like the movie. Maybe it's just because the state of the market in general is just down. But holy smokes, I was blown away by the going rate for that book right now. But happy to have it. That's another one I gotta decide, am I gonna sell or am I gonna give it to my buddy for really cheap? I don't know yet. I don't know. Is that the last one? Okay. Gene Autry, 1948 comic right there. Gene Autry, I think it's number 25, 26, something like that. It is signed by Gene Autry. That's sick. Oh, and the book's like an 8.0. So that is definitely a contender to be submitted to CBCS. I am absolutely thinking about it. You don't run into a Gene Autry signature too much. I think he was pretty loose with the amount of signings he did, but still, this is a popular singer, movie star, TV star, comic book star from the 30s and 40s and 50s, so you don't see that too much. So that'll probably go. Save the best two for last. Here we've got a giant size X-Men that I have done insane amounts of dirt removal. I'm really impressed with my dirt removal on that. This one you can always tell because it is a white cover. So the dirt shows up on that easy. So white covers always look better after you do a good full dry cleaning, the Absorine and everything. But that is much better. Still, the condition is only about a 2.0, truth be told. But it is complete, so giant size X-Men number 1. I'll take a 2.0, baby. That is a good book right there. But then the last book, I think, might beat it. At least in my eyes, it beats it. All right. First appearance, make sure, yeah. First appearance of Green Goblin. ASM 14. A little expensive book right there. And I did pay up for that one. This was a PGX 7.5. Unfortunately, top corner right there, when he removed it from the slab, it tore off the top left-hand corner. So there's like a nickel-sized tear on that top left corner. So now, I mean, what's the book now? A 3.5, maybe even a 3? I don't know. Would it be it wouldn't be a 2.5, would it? I don't know. Regardless, even if it is a 2.5, I still think it's probably nicer than that. The corners are good. The spine ticks are very minimal. It's a nice copy. And the colors are perfect. Just that tear, it's brutal, man. Really happy with that book. I do not currently own that book, so probably gonna have to keep that one for the PC. I know my buddy doesn't have it. I've been helping him with his ASM collection, but I don't know if I can give him that one. I don't know. But guys, I did get some awesome stuff, so I'm really happy overall with it. This will be coming to a claim sale soon. This weekend is Easter. Next weekend I'm doing my bachelor party situation, which I still don't know what it is. My buddies aren't telling me. So, I mean, I'm going to do my Tuesday shows on the experience, but I tend to not do the huge books on that. So maybe we'll do a Saturday claim sale before I have to go off to the bachelor party, but I don't know. We'll figure it out together. Got some cool books. I will see you at the next video. This is why you keep on hunting.